Hi, welcome back. Today I'm gonna do something a little different than I've done before. I'm gonna be sharing two of my latest go-to plant-based meals for you all, and they are both, one is one bowl and one is a one pot recipe. So I feel like I see a lot of vegan recipes online that look super exciting, but I either don't have all the ingredients or it's just too many dishes that I have to clean later. It takes too much time, and I want to make things like this more accessible to more people. So these are some very simple things with either not a lot of ingredients or easy to adapt to whatever ingredients you happen to have at home, which is what I did for them actually. I'm not very good at following recipes because I don't like going out and buying a bunch of things I'm only gonna use once. So both of these are based on recipes I found online, and I can link the original ones below, but they are mildly to heavily adapted for what I had on hand, so feel free to modify what I give you as well. But yeah, I am personally vegan for the planet and for the animals. It's a great way to reduce your carbon footprint, and I know not everyone is going to turn vegan, not everyone can be vegan. Veganism can be a pretty elitist way of living, so I just wanted to share a couple of simple things that I've been eating a lot of lately, and hopefully they're helpful. I am not a chef, but I do love cooking, so I figure if I can make these, you probably can too. And I also want to say that a lot of the ingredients I get through Imperfect Foods. They're not like sponsoring me, I just really like them. Most of the ingredients are from them, and I have a discount code below that'll get you, I think, $10 off your first order. So yeah, feel free to use that if you want to try it out. I've really been liking it because I get my groceries delivered, so I don't have to go out around people during these times, you know? Not a fan. And without further ado, before I keep rambling even more, let's just get into the recipes. So first up, I'm gonna be making these applesauce pancakes, and I have seriously been eating these like every other day. Ugh, these are so good. First, I am taking 1.5 cups of flour, pouring that into a bowl. Then I am adding 2 tablespoons of sugar, and then 2 teaspoons of baking powder. And if you want, you can add 3/4 of a teaspoon of cinnamon, but I'm using an applesauce that already has cinnamon in it, and then you're just gonna mix these ingredients together. Next, we're adding milk, and I have some oat milk I made a couple days ago, but you can use whatever plant-based milk you want, and we're going to be adding in 1.25 cups of, again, whatever plant-based milk you want. And then we're gonna add some applesauce. Again, this is homemade just to have a little bit less waste, and I had a ton of apples, but you're welcome to use store-bought. And we're going to put in 1/2 cup to the same bowl. Another ingredient you can add here is a teaspoon of vanilla extract. I did not have any on hand, so I omitted it. It still tasted all right, but I feel like you can never go wrong adding vanilla. And once again, just mix everything up with a fork. Then I heated up a small pan on medium heat and poured in about 1/4 cup of batter at a time. I cooked it for about 2 or 3 minutes per side, but as soon as it starts bubbling, kind of like you see here, then it's about ready to flip. We got a little too brown on this one, but the others turned out pretty good. And that's it. They're nice and fluffy and cinnamony and appley, and seriously, I can't get enough of these. Next is this rice dish, and this is one where I feel you can modify it to really whatever you have on hand. So I started by soaking 2 cups of rice in a tub of water and about 1 cup of dried chickpeas in a bowl of water. Now, if you prefer or have canned chickpeas, you do not have to soak them, but I would still recommend soaking your rice. Next, I'm chopping veggies. Again, use whatever you have on hand, but I had these little carrot nubs. I ended up shredding about 2 cups of Brussels sprouts I wanted to use up. I also had a tomato that was gonna go bad soon, so I chopped that up. And then I had some onion. I recommend chopping up some onion, add some great flavor, and some garlic I ended up mincing. Now that the veggies are all done, I'm going to heat up some oil in a big pot and add my onions. And we're gonna let those sit in there and continuously stir them until they get a bit more translucent. Next, I'm adding my 4 cloves of garlic. I put in about 2 teaspoons of cumin, and then I stirred that up a bit to let those flavors kind of meld together. And then I added my chickpeas, 1.5 tablespoons of salt, a teaspoon of chili powder, and 1/4 teaspoon of turmeric powder. And then I stirred it all up again. Next, I added 4 cups of water. I gave it one last stir, and then I covered the pot for about 3 minutes. Once the water was boiling, I drained my rice and added it to the pot. I gave it another little stir and then covered the pot again, this time for 15 minutes so that the rice could cook. Once the rice was done, I turned off the heat and then added the tomatoes and veggies I had previously chopped, kind of scattered them around on top of the rice, and then covered it back up for another 10 minutes so that the steam left over could cook my veggies. And once that was done, I just stirred up the food and it was ready to eat. There is protein with the chickpeas, but I also had this as kind of a side dish for a veggie burger the next day, and it was delish. Before we go, I just want to share my secret third recipe that I've been doing lately, and that is this bad boy. It's just a PB&J. None of this has to be fancy or expensive. I've been eating a lot of peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. All of it is from Imperfect Foods. A lot of times I try to bake bread just so that there's no packaging, but lately I just have not had the energy or time with grad school and meetings, and sometimes I just don't want to put in that kind of energy. So I got a loaf of bread from Imperfect Foods, and yes, it comes in a plastic bag. Fortunately, I can take it and drop off, recycle the thin plastics at my local Jewel Osco grocery store or Aldi. I think they both have drop off. So at least it won't go in the trash. Recycling's not perfect though. I've never claimed to be perfect, and I never will. This isn't about perfection. This is about do what makes you happy, and these cheap little lunches that I've been making, oh, they make me happy. I love a good PB&J. So that is secret meal number 3. There's no shame in eating food like this. Don't feel like you have to make the beautiful like smoothie bowls and quinoa salad with avocado. Like, those are great, don't get me wrong, they're delicious, but I can't eat them every day. I can't afford to eat them every day. So PB&Js are great if you like those. That's it for me today. This was a little different. Thanks for watching. I hope it was useful. If it was, I would love a thumbs up on the video so I know if you want to see more of them. I have loads more like simple one pot, one tray meals I'm happy to share. And subscribe if you want more. And I will see you next time. Bye.